Dear Diary, my name's Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. It's not going to be so much of a rant today, I hope. I hope. I know the last video I was pretty angry and letting people come into my life and interfere with my energy. I get it. I've learned that people who are energy vampires in my world, once you put up boundaries, it's a whole new ball game because it's funny because I was actually talking to three ladies today just while I was grocery shopping and bringing things up. They're talking about their jobs, this and that. And I said, hey, at least you guys have jobs. For me personally, I got a finance degree, I have an economics degree, I'm a salesman by trade, made six figures selling cars for 6 years. I've done every type of business there is, mid management, made lots of money, spent lots of money. So, anyways, we're all talking. And I want to give the perspective of who I was talking to. So there's three ladies, and I was telling them, I was like, oh, actually, because this one guy was complaining about buying a bag of ice, and they called it fun size on the bag, fun size of ice for the same price, and it was like quarter of the size that I've ever seen like ice bags in my entire life. So we're all talking and everything, and I go, things are changing. I said, I think this is the new generation where there's not going to be a lot of jobs for people. Like that was the 90s, 2000s where everyone could have a job. I tell you, when I've been fired 100 times, I could get fired within a day or two. I'd find a job. That's how good the 90s and 2000s were. And now, it is what it is. Like today is July 31st. I think today's Wednesday. I think. Not too sure. I just kind of wake up and go with whatever's happening in the world. And so I wake up today and I don't I don't know. I thought I was working today, but I guess if you don't show up at my house or give me a message saying, "Hey, we're working," I guess I'm not working. So I went to the superstore and started talking to these ladies, and the three of them. So there's one who's a senior citizen. I don't know, probably 65 to 69 range. There was another lady who was missing half her teeth, and then the third lady was like 4'11", 350 pounds. Okay. So I'm telling them about my company, and the one lady goes, "Oh, I've had to put up some boundaries with my family." I said, "Once you put up boundaries with your family, it's over." Because I'm going to tell you right now, and this is the shameless plug actually. If you go check out the Daily Virtue and you eventually sign up for my course, so I got this figured out. So I uploaded a KYC, which is Know Your Client. You go, you download the KYC. I don't know, it's 8 pages. And if you fill it out, send it to me, and then pay for the course will actually take you into a spot where it funnels you down into people, places, and things that you should either stay, get rid of, or kind of question what you have doing with them type thing. And when I've done my own course, I learned that my family are the first people that have hindered my success, have used their low vibrational energy to come at me, to make me question things. My family's really actually hurt me more than probably most people have hurt me, whether they like to believe it or not, because my emotions don't matter in my family. Okay, so I'm just gonna spill the shit all over the internet because I got a big mouth. That's who I am, Dustin Taylor, big mouth. I don't care, honestly. So she goes, "Yeah, I had to put up boundaries with my dad, and now that I've kicked him out of my life, like it's a lot easier." And I'm just thinking, yeah, once you get rid of once you learn that you can put up boundaries with your family, the rest of the world does not matter. Because at the end of it, the only people that should be close to you are your family. And if you're putting up boundaries with your family, the rest of the world means nothing. And that's actually how you get to the top in this world. Once you realize that it's your own mental health, your own security, you put up these boundaries, whether it's friends, family, acquaintances, places, and you start sticking to those boundaries, your mental health will absolutely change for the better. You will become more positive. You will shine a brighter light. You will not have negative energies, which means you're going to eliminate a lot more of the energy vampires. But I also have to warn you, once you get to that part where you're putting up boundaries with your family members and you vibrate higher than most people, you're going to bring out a lot of different devils. Like I said, new levels, new devils. That's how it goes. That's the game. So, anyways, we're all talking. And like I tell people, I have that Vice business card where you scan the back of the card or the UPC code or product code or barcode. I don't even know what the code is. It's some kind of square code. Square code. That's what I'm going to call it. A square code. And so I go, oh, ladies, do you guys have cell phones? All three of them. Go, oh, sorry. We don't give out our phone numbers. And I'm just thinking, yo, we were actually talking about my business. I don't even know how the transition went from my business to asking for your phone numbers. Because I don't think I asked for your phone numbers. So I don't know how they all came to that conclusion. And all I was trying to show them was their cell phones, like if they scan my card, they can see my business. We were talking about my business for 15 minutes, and then they think I was hitting on them. Good on them. Hey, they were nice and respectful about it, saying like, "Oh, sorry, we don't give out our number." Yeah, yeah, yeah. And in my own head, when I came home, I'm thinking, okay, I wasn't hitting on you. In fact, I had no intention of anything with you. And then I'm thinking to myself, man, I must not have worked hard on myself enough that three individuals pretty much like kicked me to the ground, going like, "You're not our type," and I'm just thinking, oh, I don't know what's worse because like ego wise, I think I'm a great catch, and I think they would have had a great time with me if they got to know me. But then again, I don't know. It is what it is. So I was trying to explain to them, just yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, so that happened, and then I'm looking around this morning. It's just been a really weird morning in my city. I watched a fly, no lie, flying around my face as I was making some tea upstairs. And it must have just had a heart attack or something. And it goes bloop and lands on its back and dies. And I'm just thinking, what? Like, did I just watch a fly have a heart attack and die in front of me? So that happened. I watched this old guy. And it's funny because I was thinking about one of these ladies who walks with her dog. And I'm like, I haven't seen her husband in a while. I wonder where he's been. Sure enough, the lady that I was thinking about, her husband, and her husband's got to be like 55, maybe 60. Okay, not really old, like not even fully senior citizen yet. You should be in your prime of your life, you know. And she walking with her little puppy, and I see her husband. I didn't realize it was her husband at first. Sorry. So he's wearing suspenders to hold up his pants. He looks like he just came from the Alps, like you know those yeah, you know those Alp people like the Ricola commercials where they're wearing these like overalls, pulling up their pants, just like that very weird mountainy old person vibe. And he's walking with two ski poles, stops mid block right in front of my house, bends over and starts stretching and everything. And you can tell that he's doing this because his doctor must have told him to. Because he's a bigger guy, a lot more energy in a lot more places. His stretching wasn't very good. He's huffing and puffing. And I was just thinking, okay, that's interesting. Then I see another older gentleman on his little drive around scooter. Yeah, drive around scooter, mobile scooter, or mobile chair, whatever they're called, Medi chairs. Not too sure to be honest with you. And he had his cat in a cage and was driving his cat around my city. Then I'm thinking, okay, that's interesting. And then what else happened today? It's just such a weird morning. Oh, the local crackheads. This is funny. They busted down like the one crack house, had cops raid it, took everything away, kicked out everyone who was living there. Like it was this tall native guy and a tall white guy. Oh, and the white guy. Funny because I know the white guys. I talk to him all the time. He shaves half his face and then he'll leave the other half full of hair. Same with his head. So he'll shave half his head and leave the other half. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, like I know his name. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of style? Just who I am, two different personalities. This is how I feel one day. This is how I feel the other day. I'm just thinking, all right, well, it's 2024. Who am I to judge anything like that? So I don't know. Anyways, the crackheads had bags of groceries, and you're thinking, what? That's surprising. Yes, because the crackheads in my city, first of all, if they're going to steal something, they definitely do not go out and grab like no frills or save on foods grocery bags. They just normally steal, do their thing, and go. So the fact that they all have bags full of like groceries, and then here's the best part: they went back to the house that has been closed down for like 2, 3 months, and now they must have restarted up their crack business. They got money, obviously. So it was weird because I was watching like Shadow of Death in like a game of roulette. The fly had a heart attack. Old man was stretching and almost had a heart attack, and the crackheads finally got fed. And the other old man scooting around with his cat. I don't know. That's an interesting Wednesday morning. It is what it is. So, anyways, I went to the gym, did my 3 hours, busted it out, and this one guy comes up to me and he goes, "Man, you're here so often. Like, how come you don't like lift weights or anything?" And I keep telling him, like, I've lifted weights my entire life. I'm 39 years old. I used to be able to do a leg press at, oh, I don't even know, 15 plates aside, which is like 45. I don't even want to do the math on that, to be honest with you. I really don't. Uh, I don't know, whatever 45 times 15 is. I could probably find it on my calculator, but I don't care. It was over 1,000 pounds. Let's just put it that way. I used to be able to squat 450 pounds. I used to be able to do like bicep curls of like 40 to 50 pounds. Bench press 3 plates, which is 91, 80, 270, 90, 180, 270, 315. That's 315 pounds. So I've lifted heavy weights my entire life. When I was playing football, you could not be on the team unless you did 900 pounds leg press 10 times. And that was in high school. So I'm going to tell you, like, I've put my body through the ringer. And I never did cardio. And that's the really interesting part because my whole entire life I had asthma. So I'd be playing soccer, run around for 5 minutes, go sit on the sideline, puff and puff, try to get my air, need an inhaler, blah, blah, blah. I didn't last long in soccer. And then like baseball, football, golf, I was always bigger. I was never this lean actually. I'm leaner now than I was in high school, which is really crazy. Which means I don't know how this works because I haven't checked my weight either. But I weighed about 180 pounds in high school and I had show. And I worked out every day, ate fat, fattening stuff every day. But now I eat really clean. I think I'm probably about 200, 205. So I'm leaner now at the age of 39 than I was when I was 15 to 17. But going back to the story, the guy goes, "Why don't you work out?" I said, "I'm doing a body recomposition." I said, "Here's the deal. I've never seen myself skinny. I still got I am at 18% body fat, which means to get down to 8% body fat, that's 10%. If I weigh 200 pounds, I have to lose 20 pounds just to get to that six pack. That's crazy. I'm going to tell you right now, I looked at myself in the mirror today. You can see bones everywhere. You can see striation lines everywhere. You could see definition everywhere, except for in the hardest parts to get rid of the fat, the lower stomach. I guess we're calling it the fupa now. I don't know if that's this new generation's term of like gunt. That's what we used to call it back in the day, was a gunt. Now it's called a fupa. Fat above the area. I don't know. I just go with the terminology that this new generation goes with, and people understand it that way. It's different to me. So, anyways, I can't quite get rid of all that stuff. Whatever. If it takes me 6 weeks, 6 months, you'll see me on the cardio machine for 3 hours a day, every day, no matter what. And that's what I'm trying to show to people is that if you have any excess weight and you're not in that healthy BMI body mass and you're not healthy, like just even looking at yourself, you see a lot more extra energy. Don't be working out. Just be doing cardio. That's what a body recomposition is all about. And when people say, "Oh, well, you lift if you lift more weights, you'll get stronger, strength wise, blah blah blah," I'll guarantee, 100% guarantee, anyone who wants to step up on the elliptical, level 18 out of 25 beside me, if you can do 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and just keep up with me, I'll be impressed. I will be so impressed. So I watch guys who run for a living. I watch guys who do cardio for a living, and their lungs are on fire. And they go, there's no way that you're not in some of the best shape of your entire life. And I'm thinking, that's crazy because I probably am in the best shape of my entire life. But the fact that I actually have to put on 3 hours worth of cardio, and it's a show. I'm going to tell you this. The first minute, the first actually 6 minutes, your lungs and your heart's just going like this. Your lungs are on fire, and then your body takes so long to just warm up. And I'm just thinking, it takes me minimum 6 minutes just to warm up on a 3 hour workout. 6 minutes of warm up. And put anyone beside me. You can't. I'll guarantee it. And here's the interesting thing, because it's a push pull. That's how you want to do your workouts, a push pull or added resistance. That's the same as a resistance band. When you take a resistance band, pull it up, down. You're doing the pull, push and pull. That's what it is. So when I'm doing the elliptical in front of people and I'm saying, hey, I don't need to do weights, at the end of this year, if I'm down to 8% body fat by Christmas, 6 to 8, whatever it is, and I got a full on six pack, and I'm lean. I got striations everywhere. My face is lean. You could see my jawline. That's how you know somebody's really lean, is just looking at the jaw. Look at this. I got that. What was it? Fish lips or something? I look like a fish. That's how lean I am. We call these fish gills. The inner side of your ribs. I got fish gills. Look at my arms. I look like a bloody crackhead. Oh, if I would have done crack, it would have been a lot cheaper than doing the pescatarian diet. But, I like my teeth, and I don't want to get addicted to anything else because I have an addicted personality. But, like, I'm lean. I'm lean. Show me people in the gym who are this lean. You can't. Even when you show me the people who, they may look good because they're a little bit bigger, but I still look at them going, if you just did cardio, if your fundamental was 1 hour of cardio every day and then worked out, man, this world would be on fire. But nobody listens to me, and that's okay. So that's why I do this. Is I'm proving to everyone that I went from 400 pounds. I'm probably at 200, 205 right now, somewhere around there. 6 feet tall, 18% body fat. I need to get to 180, 185 to see a six pack. And that's being honest. I've never seen a six pack. But once I get there, I'm going to be that chachi guy who will post like a Merry Christmas card with me wearing a red Santa hat, a white fur jacket, and a six-pack. Merry Christmas from Dustin Taylor and Divinity Virtue. Yes, I am that Chachi. I am a Chach. I'm not going to deny anything about me being Chachi. So, yeah. Anyways, I got turned down by 3 ladies today that I didn't even know I was hitting on. Apparently not working today because, I don't know. People decide when they want me to work. They either show up or they'll let me know, and if not, then I just go do what I know how to do best: work out, eat healthy, and try to stay out of trouble. And when I say try, like it's a like I don't know. Now that my hands are not clean, but now that my hands are getting cleaner, I swear everyone hates me more. Cool. Can't catch a break in this world. So, anyways, yeah, that was an interesting rant. I don't even know where I was going with that, and I don't really know. Anyways, I've been actually watching a lot of the Olympics, and this gets interesting. So whatever I say next might be controversial, but I'm Dustin. It is what it is, and nobody watches these videos except for my one buddy, my doctor, back in Calgary. He's actually, it's interesting because I said in one of my last videos, I was like, I don't have any friends. He's actually probably one of the most like been by my side friends for a long time. He's always really respectful. We always have conversations that kind of open up the way we think. We don't argue back and forth. It's not like, oh, my opinion's right, your opinion's wrong. He's a very smart individual. And it's really interesting just watching people and how they explain things. Because, you know what, if you can explain it to me and I'll go, well, I never thought of it that way. How can I disagree with you? I can't. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going on in this world, whether it's right or wrong. I can tell you this. This world's so shady, so set up, everything's so. If you took off your mask, you take off your own mask first, and then look at everyone around you, you'll see so many people that are fake, so many masks, so much corruption. Everyone's hands are dirty. Like, it's crazy. I can tell you, I see so many different things now for how it is. I'm just going, hmm, makes sense. Like, I can't even disagree with how people handle life situations. It makes sense. So I've been watching a lot of the Olympics at the gym, and I saw the opening ceremony where they had I don't know what they were, characters of fairyland, make believe. I think it was supposed to be like the woke version of the Bible. I don't know. I Like I said, whatever I say next is gonna be so controversial. So I watched the open ceremony, and they had this like guy in blue with who was a chick with nuts or something. I saw nuts. I saw nuts. Okay, and then in the aftermath of that, I guess Samsung, which would be what, a Chinese or a Japanese company, they're probably a little bit more conservative than I would think most of the liberal countries in this world. And I guess they donated $1 billion as a sponsorship. And after the opening ceremonies, he took away their $1 billion sponsorship. I guess the stands in Paris are half empty. They built up everything. And right now, just the initial outreach is that it's one of the worst Olympic Games ever. They are going to take almost a $300 million hit, and they just lost $1 billion sponsorship. That's $1.3 billion. Where does that money come from? Now you need to think this through. The Olympics back in the day was a way to show countries how that they were growing, they had money, yada yada yada. There's only one place in the entire history of the Olympics that never went into debt. And guess what? Calgary, Alberta, Canada. When was our Olympics? 84? I think 1984. 1984 was the Winter Olympics, and it was the only city to not go into debt and to actually make a profit. Now, if you looked at the Olympics, is say in Russia, I think they had a 1.2 billion, 2 billion, somewhere around. That's a big number. By the end of it, it was like $6 or $15 billion that it cost. You're telling me that the Olympics is not a nice way of making money, but trying to make it legit? Because I gotta be honest with you, the Olympics are done. This is not any country that thinks the Olympics is like a status thing anymore. Nah, it's just corruption. Make your money and eat off of everyone else's plate. Don't believe me? Take a look. Numbers don't lie. Humans do. Okay. So now another thing with Paris, and this gets really interesting. Apparently, they have a transgendered boxer who is male fighting against the females at the Olympics. What? I don't care if it's 2024. Here's the deal. The fact the Olympics are already set up, who wins, for the most part, there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of pride from different countries that probably get greased under the table. There's no reason to lie about that. I don't even know what sport they were just talking about, but it was France versus somebody. Oh, it must have been basketball. Must have been basketball. Must have been a basketball game where the French player takes a 3-point shot, nobody touches him, and he gets the extra point. The refs call the extra point, and they eventually win the game. I'm thinking, all right, that's not set up whatsoever. So now you got the woke Olympics that just lost $1 billion. They're going to lose 300 million just on revenue because it's one of the worst Olympics they've ever seen or ever produced. Now the entire France, a country, we'll go with France, the country, is now going to be in their head for $1.3 billion, which means all the citizens of France expect to pay more, expect your taxes to go up, because somebody's got to cover that money, because that money is already in somebody else's pocket. Believe me or wrong. Go check the books. Go check the books. Why don't they ever release the books on like the Olympics? I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the financials on the Olympics. Heck, I'd love to see the financials just on Canada. I can tell you right now, this country is bankrupt. We're bankrupt. Believe me or not, we are bankrupt. One of the worst, poorest countries you could ever live in. Um, oh man, this tangent's just going off the rails. I read another thing. I think, what is it? The United States has $36 trillion they owe. 36 trillion. That's 1,000 billions times 36. That's 36,000 billions. What? That will take them. Oh, and I read about it. It's like every quarter they make $1 trillion. So it would take them 9 years to pay it off if they didn't spend any more money. And that's not even including the interest. So U.S. is so bankrupt as well. Where's that money? Where is that money? Seriously, you don't think this is crazy? I'm going to tell you right now, if you watch The Simpsons, you watch that episode where they have Lisa Simpson, who is Kamala Harris or whatever her name is. I don't think The Simpsons are wrong. Here's the deal: is I believe in psychics and mediums and everything else. And after watching like the conspiracy theories or the predictions of The Simpsons on YouTube, The Simpsons have literally, and this is interesting, their writers have PhDs from Harvard, Yale, like big top 10 schools in the United States, PhDs. So they're doctors. And they're writing cartoons for The Simpsons and making predictions. And they go, oh, well, this it's just something we see, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, no, here's the deal. You guys are probably all some sort of mediums or psychics, some sort of spiritualness. And because it wouldn't make sense. Oh, what did you do for your education to become a writer? Oh, well, I went to Harvard and got a PhD in physics. What? Do they even teach English after you got into physics? I probably not. Like I'm going to tell you, I have a business degree, and I think I took one, maybe two English classes. After that, it was done, right? So yeah, I'm pretty sure The Simpsons can see the future, and they just do it in a comedy where they can't get charged in case they're right or wrong. I think so. I could be wrong. I don't know. There's just way too many people that see things in this world that, whether it's from the devil or not, doesn't make sense. Because I'm telling you, things don't line up the way the Simpsons make things line up. I'm pretty sure they have psychic or medium abilities. But yeah, this it's interesting because they even said in The Simpsons, oh, when Lisa Simpson goes, oh, I'm taking over this country that we've been in such financial ruins after Donald Trump, yada yada yada. Yeah, and here's the deal. This next thing could be wrong as well, but I followed Google hard on this one. So if I'm wrong on this, blame Google, not me. Okay? Please, please. I'm going to tell you right now. Donald Trump was in power. The United States and every country had a neo-Nazi clause saying that you could not give money to any countries affiliated with Nazis or Nazism or whatever they want to call it. And somehow that clause got taken out when Trump was in power, and he was putting 400 million US, which was going through Ukraine, to Russia. So 4 years. What's that? $1.6 trillion? Okay. So $1.6 trillion left in the United States. It's floated some around Russia or Ukraine. And then when he left, imagine that. The neo-Nazi clause gets taken out of the financials, and a war happens. What? You're telling me that none of this is all set up and planned? Here's the deal. We're all small fish. We are. My uncle who's got such low vibrational energy and talks about all these rich people and what they're up to, yada yada yada, and I'm thinking, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Until you actually go make yourself a better person, step up, enjoy the show. We're just part of the show. Until you're at the top, making everyone dance. What you're complaining? There's nothing you could do about it. Nothing. I'm gonna tell you right now, this world's so corrupt, so bad. You just couldn't figure this out. Like this world, nobody's hands are clean. Nobody, nobody. You know what? It's okay. Anyways, U.S. is in financial troubles. All the G7 countries are in financial troubles. All the BRIC nations are going to produce more multimillionaires than anywhere else in the world. What is going on in this world that would happen? Because I'm going to tell you, all these G7 countries, technologically advanced, money out the woohoo, kicking ass, taking names, but yet you guys are all so debt ridden, and now all these up and coming countries who have gone through hell are now going to replace the world order. Who's the world order? Like, is it the Illuminati? Is it the aliens? Whoever it is, y'all come introduce me. I've seen the spaceship. Why didn't you guys take me? No, it's not like I got anything going on now in my life. Hell, I could have seen other planets if you really wanted to take me to Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Uranus. Uranus? Uranus. Uranus. Sorry, Uranus. Mercury, Saturn. You could have taken me to all those places. I'm good. Let's go. I'm done with Canada. Hell, I'm done with the world. I don't know. Whoever's running the show, get on board. That's the game. Anyways, it's just been very interesting. I don't know. I gotta quit going down these rabbit holes and reading things and whatnot. And I gotta tell you, Antarctica. What's going on in Antarctica? Think this one through. Because when Germany was around, sorry, Germany's still around, but when World War II was around and Hitler, they all ended up in Argentina. There's a lot of Germans down in South America, and Argentina is right beside Antarctica. They're starting to find buildings in Antarctica. They're going, oh, humans can't come here, blah, 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 blah. Why is that? Why is that? What's going on in Antarctica? What's going on in the Arctic? And the reason I say this, both of those are they've been around forever. They had lots of ice and snow covering everything, which means now that we have global warming and everything's melting, means there's going to be a lot of minerals, resources. And if I know anything about oil and gas, it means all the things that died and preserved. There's going to be a lot more oil and gas around there. Who controls those two countries? Like, does Canada control the Arctic? Because if they do, we really need to step up because Russia's like next door, China's next door, US is down below. Yo, Canada, if you're controlling one of the major hotspots, you might want to step up because you're going to have a lot of countries wanting your resources because resources are money. Money equals power. Power equals control. Once you have control, then what? You just make people dance like puppets on a string. Anyways, whatever's going on there, there's stuff going on. It is what it is. It's just, I think this whole world is just not woke. Or if they're woke, I guess the new thing is if you're woke, you go broke. So wake up, people. We're all going broke, and it's time to start like kicking out of the governments. The governments are not here to build you up. The governments are here to build their own pockets, their own families, and to build up their own country. Nothing else. They're not here for the people. People are just ants. We're here as workers. It is what it is. So where else was it going to go? I had like 20 different things I wanted to talk about today, and I think I've just gone on every other rant other than the 20 things I wanted to talk about. You know, summer's almost over. This is interesting. I saw the first back to school commercial the other day, an NFL commercial. Um, Leaves are falling off the trees, and it's July 31st. The temperature was like 33 to 37 for the last 2 weeks. This whole next 2 weeks, it's like 23 to 29 with rain. And I'm thinking, oh, that was our summer. Just so quick. I'm trying to get my business going. I uh, I actually went to I had three mistakes on my banking, so I couldn't find the paperwork or whatever. And I said, "Hey, can you just resend me the paperwork?" I literally whited out the parts that they said were wrong, and just put in the numbers and the stuff that they wanted, and I sent it back. I'm really hoping they just kind of look at it and go, "Well, he made an honest effort. We'll just accept it for what it is." So once they got the paperwork, I'm pretty sure they got to import it into like a computer system and save it as well. So it's just to have multiple copies. Cool. So that should be done. I'm hoping by tomorrow, August 1st. That would be just the blessing of blessings. I have everything done on this business. And when I say I want people to do this business, you do the KYC, you sign up for the course, and then you'll sign up a day later or whatever after you've done the course, and you'll sit down for an hour with me and we'll do consultation. And what I'm trying to show you is that I'm not a therapist, a counselor, someone how to get out of drug addictions or any of that stuff. I'm just your regular guy who has a finance degree, an economics degree, 13 designations behind me, zero addictions, zero sins. Well, that's not true. Once you start opening up your dark shadow, you realize how many sins you actually have, and you kind of understand that you've probably been a shitbag your entire life, and you've used your mind to either block things or put things away that you don't want to relive or be accessible to or be held accountable to. Because it's more of if I don't see it and nobody knows, then it never happened, right? Your brain always knows it happened. And once you unlock the dark shadow, and I'm telling you, once you start having things go, you'll go, ah, shit, I did that. Ah, shit, I did that. Your hands are not ever going to be clean until you realize, like, hey, all the things that you probably did and probably, like, pushed under the rug just to make yourself look better or feel better on the inside, open it up. I dare you all. I dare you all to do it. Because once you get to that point, it's a whole different ball game. Go to a haunted house, pay the $30 for the haunted house experience, maybe go pee your pants, get scared, blah, 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 blah. That was a good $30. Come to my course, pay the $100, do the entire course, open up your mind, and get scared to shit and go, uh-oh, do I want to be better? Or am I just going to keep hiding things under the rug and nobody knows better? Nonetheless, keep going. That's that's the weird part of life. You know, now I'm just thinking about this tangent. I know I've been wearing this caftan in a lot of the videos. It's actually from East Africa. It's what they wear over there when it gets really hot. So you can tell, like, I'm cultured. I actually haven't been to East Africa, but the reason I'm wearing the caftan is because it's very relaxing. Being in 30-degree weather and walking around with nothing underneath and just air blowing. It's like I understand why ladies wear dresses. I get it. You know, if I wanted to go back and wear some dresses, maybe I would. It looks like a dress already, so it's not like I'm not wearing a dress. I'm just wearing a male version of a dress called a caftan. Anyways, this is a 43-minute video. I know by 45 minutes my food will be done. So this is going to be a quick next 2-minute rant. What do we talk about? I turned down by 3 women I was not hitting on. I watched Death Roulette today. Put up boundaries with my family and people around me. I'm going to tell you, once you do that, it's over. Because the higher you go, the more boundaries you put, the less people will be in your space. It just depends what you want in this world. If you want to be the top, you want to be the top 1%, elite, better start putting up boundaries. Better start changing your habits. Better start looking at the world as, hey, the world's not going to help me. I better help myself. So my goal is to be the best version I can be. I want to show people how hard it is to work out 3 hours a day with the cleanest diet, no alcohol, no drugs, well, pot. So I guess that's drugs, but nothing else. No farms, nothing else. And I'm trying to show people that the world's already planned. Your journey is already planned. You got good paths, bad paths. It's already planned. I can already tell you, like, I'm waiting right now. Everyone keeps going, oh, why you talk about that twin flame? Why you talk about your soulmate? Why did the psychic and medium actually see my life and why did it happen? Because now I actually have to just sit here and I'm a Sagittarius. I'm not patient. No, my whole personality is whatever happens, let's go. Like, what, 10 years ago when everything came crashing down on me, my mom was fighting with me, and I'm thinking, you know what? I just broke up with my ex-girlfriend of 8.5 years. I just sold my house. It just came from broken elbows, broken wrists, and I lost everything. And I'm staying at her house, and she just ragged on me, ragged on me, ragged on me, ragged on me. Finally, one day I woke up, and I started cleaning up everything, put everything in recycling, got rid of everything. Looked online. I said, it's November 30th. Might have been November 29th, 30th. I don't know. It was one of the 2 days. And I said, I think I should go travel. I had money from everything that had come crashing down on me. I had money. I said, why don't I just go travel? So I literally look up what's warm in November. Thailand. Cool. So I was like, book it. Done. And I go to my mom and I go, hey, you want to give me a ride to the airport? She goes, okay. Where you going? Like, Thailand. She goes, when? I was like, I don't know the exact number. It was either 4 or 6 hours from there. I was like, 6 hours from now. She goes, what? Okay. She goes, where are you staying? I'm like, I don't know. I'll find a place when I get there. She goes, hold on. You're just going to go to Thailand. You have no idea where you're staying. And you've already booked your flight? I'm like, yeah, pick up and go. What do I worry about? Life's already planned out. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. That's the ending, right? Death is the ending. So I might as well just go enjoy my life, get out of this matrix, because let's be honest, I'm not finding a job in any of the G7 countries. They're all debt ridden. But you're going to hire people when you have debt? It's not possible. That leverage is way too high. That's the game. The rich get richer because they leverage, 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 leverage. And now that everything's all leveraged, it's time to repay back the leverages. That's the highs and lows. You always have to come back to the medium, the middle. If you go this high, you gotta come this low. I just hit myself in the head. Anyways, that's the game. So, oh yeah. Speaking of which, I know I brought this up before, but my Roku's on the side that I just looked over. It's funny that they have like Grimace with McDonald's advertising with the Canadian flag. And I'm just thinking like McDonald's is something onto something. Like that's just one business, one corporation that I don't know what's up with them. But they buy land all over the world. They charge you $2 million, $3 million, $5 million, whatever it is for the franchise. You screw up, they take the franchise back, and then it's like now they've made it so one of the McDonald's has no workers, all robots, and one of the other McDonald's doesn't even have energy and is in the middle of like I don't know Colorado or something. I'm not too sure where that one is, but I read another thing, saw another thing. I didn't read this one, sorry, where the rich are actually trying to make the world warmer so that brings up all the water. And people can say, oh, you're crazy on this. And I'm going, well, Atlantis was above the ocean before, and Egypt was below the ocean. So now that we're watching, or yeah, Egypt was below the ocean. Yeah. So now that we're watching the water rise, no, Egypt would have been, huh, I don't know where I'm going on that Egypt thought, but I know that Egypt, huh, hmm, I don't know. But Atlantis is now underwater and Egypt's now above water. So this video that I saw, New York will be underwater, Singapore will be underwater, Dubai will be underwater, California will be underwater. All your major hubs, your financial hubs, will eventually be underwater. Which they're trying to say, oh, Kansas will now be waterfront, Vegas will now be waterfront. Imagine that. That's that whole line of North America will be cut off. The seas rising. Fiji will be underwater. All those places, New Orleans is already underwater, 6 inches or something, 6 inches below water. Florida's going to be flooding, and everyone's thinking, "Oh no, no, no! Good luck." I'm going to tell you right now is this world does need to be warm enough that it becomes its own self-regulating ecosystem. But if they're speeding it up to make everything hotter and hotter and get rid of all the ice caps and everything, we're going to have lots of flooding, and all those major sections that have that money will be gone. And now it's going to be a whole new world order, rebuilding new sections, making their money that way. It's just like when Vegas, after World War II, started posting signs saying, oh, buy this land for cheap, cheap on the dollar. They were giving away, like, I don't remember what I just saw, but it was $3 million, and it was so much land that they could build a whole strip. And I'm just thinking, is that ever an interest in like $3 million? Just back in the day was probably a lot of money, but that actually they make so much money. It's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, divinityvirtue.com. LinkedIn. I always have this YouTube where I just rant and try to get off stuff off the top of my head. And the reason I do this is because I'm really trying to show people that whether you believe me or not, mental health is a hard thing to like fully recognize, fully be accustomed to. You have to be willing to say to yourself, like, hey, like, I've done wrong. This is what I can do to be better. This is the type of people that have hurt me. I gotta put up boundaries and not let them into my personal space or my health. Because if everyone could actually just get to the point where they go, hey, I'm happy being myself alone, not focusing on others, you're probably going to live a better life. You're probably going to have lots of less stress. You might have less friends, less family members, less things to do. But at the end of it, I'd rather have mental health because, like I said, I have a guilty conscience. I think about things way too much. And it's one of the hardest things in the world is just trying to say everything's planned out. So I can't really worry about it. I just have to experience the ride, experience the journey. Because at the end of it, you're going to be dead, right? So if I die tomorrow, I'll go, hey, you know what? Like I died. This was my life. Like, so you gotta learn that this is the whole game. This is the matrix. Don't be listening to anyone else. Like, what they teach you in school, 90% of the curriculum is bullshit. Doesn't help any humans get ahead. I've already put out a video showing that if we change the curriculum to showing people how to actually build houses, how to source their own food, and then teach people how to do sales, accounting, marketing, a few other things, computers, languages, to get them all higher up, this whole world would just go crazy. Everyone would be able to build a house. Everyone would be able to afford a house. Everyone wouldn't be so complacent on working for the government, working for the man, working for others. The whole game is build yourself up and to build others up. So if we taught everyone how to build themselves up, by the time they're 20 and they own their own house, that means for the next 5 years you can build your own business and try to make your own money because time is your money in this world. And if you're working for someone else, that means you're building his career or her career. You're building up their dreams. You're not building up your own. And everyone could go, well, I don't know what I could be good at. What's your hobbies? What's your passions? Find it. If it's making videos, learn how to make videos, edit them, make the best videos you can, and just take it a step by step every day. Go, oh, maybe I should make a website. Oh, maybe I should promote it here. Oh, maybe I should do some accounting on this. Oh, maybe I should make this video. Oh, I should do this, this, and this. And by the end of it, you've created something so big around, it's yours. What if that took you 10 years and you didn't make any money off it, but you lived life, you had food, blah, 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 you had a roof over your head, and you go, well, that was 10 years. Are you going to say, oh, that was wasted? No, you're not. What's a waste in this world? Because at the end of the day, a waste in this world is being 39 years old, lots of education, lots of debt, can't find a girlfriend, stuck. That's a waste of life, right? In my world, that's a waste of life. So I need to be a better person. I need to get rid of my debt, build this company up, just be a better person of who I am, and go travel the world and just enjoy life. That's me getting out of the matrix. I'm gonna tell you, once I'm debt free, I'm pretty sure I'll be debt free. I'll have a six pack. I'm gone. You'll never see me ever again. I'll post videos. I'll be out. But I need people to understand. Build up your own company, live your life. That's the journey. At the end of the day, This world, there's only two things that really should be free: education and healthcare. The education should be teaching you how to build up your life so that when you get to like 18, 20, you're not just walking around with a thumb up here going, how do I live life? How do I do this? How do I do that? This system's so flawed. So flawed. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it anymore. Anyways, now I know my food's burnt. That being said, this is Divinity and Virtue. My name is Dustin Taylor. Take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better each and every day. Try to help others to grow, succeed, be the best versions they can be. Everything happens on divine timing. Like I said, go check out my socials, divinityvirtue.com, LinkedIn. I got 2 Facebook pages. One's my Dustin Taylor Facebook page, and there's one that's a Divinity Virtue page. I have a TikTok which just shows the outcome of my workouts. And then, like I said, if you're interested in this idea of mine, I'm trying to make people be better versions of themselves. Like I said, that's the game. Build yourself up, then build others up. My course is not going to be easy. It's going to make you think really hard. I went through my entire course and I did it in about 4 hours just because I wanted to see my own thoughts and everything else. And after 4 hours, I was so drained that I was just like, holy, I just put myself into a whole new atmosphere, stratosphere. So the course, it's ready. And then when we do the consultation, that's what I want. Is I want people to book an hour with me, and it's probably going to take you 3 4 hours to figure out your life. But let's bounce ideas off of each other. Oh, I smoke, or oh, I drink Coca Cola. I know I said this in my other 2 videos. Oh, I drink alcohol. Oh, this. Who actually knows how to get rid of the habits? Like at the very beginning, why did you start that habit to begin with? Was it because of you watching friends and family do the habit first? Was it because you were influenced? Was it because of the people you were hanging out with? Does that say a lot just in that statement right there? Friends and family, who you hung out with, and what you watched? Isn't that how you probably dictated your life on what you think is right and wrong? Just saying. So that being said, anyways, God bless. Amen. Sorry for all the caftans. Sorry for the rants. Caftan and cowboy hat. It's my style, you know? It's fur, silk, cowboy hats, and caftans. But I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the summer. And wake up, people. If you don't build yourself up, this world's not going to do it for you. That being said, God bless. Amen.